Well, hi, it's Adair Palmer here, and I am live in the 747 Accelerate Creating Massive Engagement and Organic Reach on Your Facebook Business Page group for day 2 of the 7-day course. How are we all going with it? I'm just getting it up on my other screen. I know I've had one question this morning, which is excellent. Now, it's from Hillary. And Hillary has asked, let's just see, Hillary wants to know, my computer's going a little bit slow. Oh, while I'm waiting for that to load, what you can do is if you do happen to be in the group and you want to jump on to ask a question, you can, I'll do a copy the link and I will pop it in here. You are welcome to join me live. If you you're welcome to join me live. I just put welcome to join me live, and let's do that. So there's a link there for for guests. Excuse me. No. And so there's a link there for guests, and if you want to join, what will happen, because the Be Live TV is got a talk show format, so I can share my screen and I can also bring people into the broadcast as well. So what you can do is click on that link. You can take a seat in the lobby, and then I can actually bring you into the broadcast from the lobby. So you're welcome to do that while I'm live. If you obviously come in and join the broadcast afterwards, then you won't be able to do that. But you can, while I'm live, come in and have a chat. I would encourage you to do this because it's an awesome way of getting your it's a great platform, and you can actually use Be Live TV. It's I think you now have to pay. I'm still in beta testing with the Be Live group, and they've extended my trial. I've just got a little note up here. We extended your trial to after the 4th of July. My free trial will end in 5 days. Upgrade now. I think if you are planning on doing live for your page, your business page, and I actually encourage it that you will do live a couple of times a week. If you are terrified of doing live, then or doing any sort of video, then join. Let me see if I can do that. So it's called Tony Everard has a group called Live Video Confidence, can't spell, for business owners. So this is, let's pop that up there. I might see if I can get a link for you as well. So let's just do that. Where am I going? Sometimes Chrome has a connection when I'm trying to have too many tabs open at once, and that might mean if I've got 2 tabs open, it just has a connection. So live video conference for business owners. I'll pop the link in as well. And there's also, so Tony does some wonderful things in the group. It's a safe environment, a safe group for people to go and here we go. Safe environment for people to go and to test out their live videos. So so there's 2 things there. You can go live on just from your phone, and you can go live onto you can go live in a group, you can go live in an event, you can go live on your page, you can go live on your timeline. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. Live video is the way of the future. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself because I do talk about content in tomorrow. I think I talk about content, and doing part of content is actually doing live videos. So you're getting a snippet a day early. There's some stuff that you can do. Just go into the do the live confidence for video, live video conference for business owners. Sorry, I'm just had some random thoughts there. Here's Katerina. Katerina, good morning. Just thanks. Great to see you here. There we go. A lovely smiling face. Katerina, I believe, is also a member of the live video conference for business owners for Tony's group. Katerina, if you want to jump in and be a guest, you're more than welcome. I do love it when we can do a interview type chat and have a two-way conversation rather than me talking to myself. While you're thinking about that, if you want to, you can just click on the link that's below here, just down here, and it says you're welcome to join me live, and there's a link that says Be Live TV broadcast, some numbers and letters, and show yes. Join this broadcast with your webcam or smartphone, so you can just jump on and get into the lobby if you want to. For now, I have a question from Hillary. Is the review button to show people, for people to show their appreciation of my page or their experience with my business? Now that is a really, really good question, because it is, I would believe that's in the interpretation of the beholder, because I've had some people pop in and just give me a 5-star review that I've never seen before. And I think, do they appreciate my page, or do they, you know, so I usually message and say, hey, thanks for your review. If we've not worked before, can you tell me what you liked about my page? Then I use it for people that appreciate or want to review my service. So their experience with your business. So in using your words, Hillary, I would suggest that it is much more, it's more valuable to use as for people to review as an experience with your business. So you could probably, no, not probably, you definitely can promote the review function on your page for everybody that you do a service for. Now, people won't necessarily always do a review. Some people will, and I found that with the hypnotherapy, some people, like they're not ready to, or they're not, you know, they're feeling a bit vulnerable. So it's a bit, so it is something that I'm much more, have much more success when I ask people, if I do a health check on their page for them, if I ask them to do a review on my page about the health check that I've done, because that's the only time I really do ask for reviews. Other times I ask for testimonies, like from people who have been in the 747 Accelerate, I ask for testimonies, and for people in Code Breakers group, I also ask for testimonies as well. But with the when I do health checks, I ask people to do a review on my page. So that's actually a direct experience with my business. So I think that that is the best use of the review function. You will notice, now let me see if I can get this up. I did a screenshot the other day, and I'm not quite sure if I can add a photo album. Let's see if I can. This is exciting, because I'm going to see if I can add a screenshot, just screenshot. I should have actually looked at this beforehand, because it's, I could look through this forever and I'd never find it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a photo up here and see if I can actually, because I've not done this part before. So let's do a motivation. I like this one. Oh, and now there's more. There is so much. I don't know what that's, I don't know what it's doing. Here we go. I don't know, there you go. Can you see that? That's not a motivation thing. That's me skydiving. That's actually my current cover picture. But what I wanted to show you was a desktop shot of a screenshot that I took yesterday. So I'll see, I know where I can find it. So I'll see if I can find it and I will share it in the group. Let's see. So for you, I'll just take that down. That's so funny. Let's take Katerina saying yes. Katerina, what are you saying yes to? Because it might be a bit of a lag, but if you want to join, just jump in. Just click on the link and jump in. Now, I actually put a comment in Mari Smith's Leading Entrepreneurs group, and let's see if I can find it, because it was leading on from the when we talked about, okay, so Katerina's saying technology is playing up. So if you're out at the Holistic Wellness Centre, you may, yeah, I know you said that it was a little bit slow out there. So well, what I want to do is I'm going to share my desktop and see if I can I'll take this one down, because I had a question yesterday. I saw a recommend button. So let's share that and see if that works. There, Palmer's screen. It's just coming up now. No, that's the wrong one. So we want share desktop. It's back to front. Okay, so just bear with me, it's loading. Okay, so this is what I want to share with you. It says a dab on the screen too, because I've got two screens up there that I could share with you. All right, so in Mari Smith's Leading Entrepreneurs group, I've said, hey leaders, have you seen the recommendation button yet? Is it part of the standard template button? Has anyone used it or had it used on their page? What would be the difference between recommendation and review? So Hillary, this is leading on from the question that you asked. I think I know the answer to the last question, and I suspect it's connected to the newish feature that pops up when someone asks something. Like if you put in the news feed, like on your status update, does anybody know of a good hairdresser in Adelaide or St Agnes, or does anyone know of a good electrician or plumber? That will come up with a little box that says, can you recommend? So they will go into the news feed and then we'll ask the people that you're connected to for recommendations. And if you know something, if you know someone who is a good plumber or a good hairdresser or a good electrician, then you would put in recommend, and it would actually have a little drop down thing for their business page to link to in that recommendation. So I think that's what this is about. But you can see here where it says recommend. Now, I was doing a health check with Grant last night, and this is the first time I've ever seen this button. So you can see that was only 16 hours ago. So there's new stuff happening every single day. Now, Katerina's saying that's on my personal page. Where is it on business page? Katerina, what I'm going to get you to do is, if you could type in, because there's a lag, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. So if you could type in what it is that's on your personal page, and then where is what it is on your business page, I will be able to help you there, because I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. So I'll continue with the discussion. Let me see, has there been any other comments? Okay, no. All right. So when you can see here, you can see with this green, where I've surrounded that in green where it says recommend. And if I click it, did I click it? and then it came up, do you recommend this service? I should have taken a screenshot of that as well. In fact, I might go back and do that. You can do that. So then some of the comments that I've got, you can see them coming up here. I just tested it from that page in the picture. So this girl Eden had gone to Grant's page, and what it does is creates a post box for me to write, and would it post on my wall versus a review stays on the page. So I guess that means personal page is a recommendation link. So on your personal profile, Katerina, I'm still trying to understand what you're saying, but on your personal profile, there's not an option to recommend you. But what you'll find is if somebody asks for a mindset developing coach, a mindset coach, then there would come up on their personal page, as you call it, which is their timeline, or if you've done the House of Facebook, you would understand that's the passageway, the central passageway in the house, and the recommendation would come up underneath the post, so it automatically would be populated in the post to say, do you know of anyone who in this area who is a electrician or a hairdresser or a mindset coach or whatever. So if somebody else asks for a recommendation, or even if you ask for a recommendation about something else, it'd be interesting to see whether, Katerina, whether you actually put up, does anybody know of a psychic healer? And here's a little test. We could do a trial. We could put, does anyone know of a psychic healer? I mean, that could backfire because you might get people suggesting other people. But if you had a few of your friends go, Katerina, actually I might try that in the Code Breakers, because it's a good little experiment to say, I could put on my timeline, who do you know who's good at teaching people social media for small business? And I could get a few people to come in and recommend me and see if that actually pops up on my page, because I don't know where it goes. But then other people might come in and recommend other people, which is like, that's no problem, because it's don't compete, create, and people have their own tribes. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, Katerina. People will suggest other psychics, and you know what? That's actually not a bad thing, because it's a way to collaborate. And if we get the philosophy that the pie is big enough for everybody, and we will help create a bigger pie, and there's no competition with other psychics, because some people will be attracted to you, other people will be attracted to other psychics, and there are so many people. There's now 2 billion people on Facebook. You would never, ever, 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 ever run out of people to work with if you do it right. So doing something like this it's a mindset shift, and it's a different way of doing things, but it's an interesting way to test this recommend thing that you can see here. Let me see if I can make that a bit bigger. There we go. So then you can see if it actually pops up on your business page, but I don't know if you've got the recommend button yet. So I think we do, and Katerina's agreeing, yes. Yes, let's have a group hug. Let's make the world big. Why would I help other hypnotherapists attract clients? Because it's like my mission is to help people, and if I can help other people help people, then more people are being helped. It's beautiful. It just works perfectly. So I've got Eden saying, I've just tested it from that page in the picture. So she's tested it from this page. I don't know if you can see my mouse in the, let's just see, I'll go pop back. That's just silly, isn't it? Because now you're going to get my hang on. Now you're just going to get me doing the live TV. This is going so slow. I think it's still got some bugs. I know when I did the last one, the first time I shared my screen last time, it went really choppy and cut in and out. And I don't know what it's like here, but no, it looks like it's really slow. All right. I'll go back to Mari Smith because I love this stuff. I love technology, but as it's rolling out, this is still in beta, and now they're just releasing it for people to do their live shows for a paid version. And I've had reports back that it still can be a bit choppy, and the technology is still catching up with the ideas, which is fantastic. But it just means that we have to be a little bit patient, because we've been a bit spoiled, where we've gone from dial-up modems that wouldn't have been able to cope with this sort of streaming technology to being able to now have our own TV shows on Facebook. Like, how friggin' awesome is that? So I not complain. I get a little bit frustrated about it sometimes, but then I remember to be grateful for it. And then I go, well, because we've got opportunities today that we didn't have 10 years ago. So it's awesome. Let's get back to this recommend thing. And Katarina's saying she's on your phone. The screen is small, so what you get in the replay. Okay, that's cool. So these are in the leaders group, and it's really interesting that I posted it there and nobody knew either. So Eden, she's a bit of a leader. She is really active in this group. She says, just tested it from that page, which is Grant's page in the pink, and what it does, creates a post box for me to write and post on my wall versus a review that stays on the page. Not sure if a recommend will show on the page after it posts or not. I don't see it on any of the pages I'm admin on, but haven't reviewed them as a visitor yet. So this is a very, very new feature. These girls have been around for a long time, and all of this stuff is doing their head in as well. So to be here in the 747 Accelerate group, you are in the right place, because we're making this stuff up as we're harnessing it, and we're bringing it to you. What's the term? Freshly squeezed. You can't get any fresher than this, folks. So you're in the right place. Fiona says, I've not seen it. I've seen it but not used it or knowingly received one. I don't think it's connected to the all or AI. AI is artificial intelligence. That actually goes through the Facebook posts, and when people ask a question, then the artificial intelligence will automatically insert, do you recommend a plumber or electrician or whatever. She says she doesn't think it's connected to the AI recommended thingy in the comments threads, as that seems to be fairly standalone from what I can tell. As my friend has been a recommended business in various comments for glass curtains, and she doesn't have the recommended button. It does appear in the 3-dot extra menu option as well. So if you look at the 3 dots, I think it's on the to just directly to the right hand side of the recommend button, a little drop down section. Apparently it appears there as well. But as Eden said, with a quick go, it posts on my timeline as opposed to the page. The plot thickens. So this is really quite exciting, but it also gives you an idea of some of the things that are happening with your business page, and some of the things that you can be aware of that you can take advantage of. So Gloria saying, how do you get it to display on your page? I only found it by clicking the 3 dots on the right, to the right of my share button. And then Gloria said, never mind, I viewed my page as a visitor and saw the recommended button there. So I'll like that. So obviously it's like messages. If you view your page as yourself, as admin, you won't see the message button up there because you're not going to send yourself a message. I don't know if you realize that, but also with the recommend, you won't see it. Well, Gloria has said you won't see the recommend button either if you're just looking at your page as yourself. So what I'd suggest, if you don't know how to look at your page as a visitor, when you make changes to your page, click on the three arrows next to the recommend, or next, if it's got liked across the top under the cover image, it's got liked, following, and recommend. Now it's got recommend, but it's got those three dots, and if you click on those three dots, it will drop down menu will say view page as a visitor. So go and do that every so often so you can see what it looks like from the outside, because you'd be surprised how it looks different. And that's what I do when I do health checks for people, is I actually review the page from the outside. So I look at the outside of the business page as a visitor would look at it, not as you see it from the inside. And it's a different ball game, and you can see it how other people see it. So that's a little tip for today. I do have to go. I'm off to the gym. As you can see, I'm in my gym clothes. It's cold and wet and windy and rainy out there. I haven't been to a gym for about 18 months, and I have got a gym here in my room up in the other end of my house, and I did decide that I've been doing weights and a bit of Zumba up there, but I thought it's time now to get out and get amongst it, because I really do enjoy the camaraderie of the other girls, because it's a women's only gym. And I was motivated by a birthday card they sent me for a 30-day free trial. So I thought, yes, I'm going to get back into that again. And today is day one. So I'll be going each day for the next 30 days, or as often as I can possibly get there. So get as much as I can out of my free trial, 30-day trial. So on that note, keep posting in the group, ask questions. If you see that I've scheduled a live, jump on, get engaged, get involved, because that's where you learn. It's if you can do the videos in the mornings or whenever you can, do those little exercises, watch the videos, but I believe the real learning happens when you're in the group, when you're engaged, when you're involved. So I'll try and schedule some lives in the group, and so you'll know when they're coming up, and then put it in your diary. Just say, ask to get reminder, and then jump on, because you can ask questions. We can do things. Just pop that down. You get a whole lot more out of it, and it also helps me understand what's topical for you. So when Hillary said, how do you use the review button? It was a brilliant question, because it's led to a whole, now we know about reviews, we know about recommend, we know something that we didn't know before, but I didn't know that you didn't know it. So it's really cool, and don't think that there are any dumb questions, because there's no such thing as a dumb question. It's for any question that you want to ask about your business page. Please keep the topic to your business page, because that's what we're here for, is focusing specifically on your business page this week. So do that, and I will see you in the group. Again, I'll schedule some lives now before I head off to the gym, and so you'll know what I'm going to be doing over the week, and I'll try and stagger them a bit so I can come on at different times, and you will be able to jump on when you're available. Okay, you just have a wonderful rest of the day. If you're in Adelaide, stay warm and stay dry. It's a pretty miserable weather out there, but we've had a beautiful June with lots of wintry sunny wintry days and higher than average temperatures. So now it's winter set in. Have a great day, people. Bye for now.